Welcome to our exploration of the 10 new pence coin, introduced in 1968 by the United Kingdom as part of its decimalization process. This coin represents a pivotal shift in British monetary history and carries significant value, not just in terms of currency, but also in numismatics. The coin belongs to a series of transitional coins minted to ease the country's switch from the old system of pounds, shillings, and pence to the new decimal currency. We'll dive deep into the coin's design, historical importance, and its influence on British overseas territories and crown dependencies prior to decimalization. The British monetary system was based on a complex structure of 12 pence to a shilling and 20 shillings to a pound, which had been in place for centuries. Decimalization was introduced in the UK on February 15, 1971, commonly known as Decimal Day. The goal was to simplify transactions and align with international standards, particularly in trade with Europe and other Commonwealth nations. The 10 new pence coin, along with its counterparts, like the 5 new pence, was first introduced in 1968 to familiarize the public with a new system before the full switch. The coin was initially equal in value to the older two-shilling coin, which was demonetized in 1990. The obverse design of the coin features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin. This design of the Queen, without a crown, was used from 1968 until 1984. Her profile is elegantly framed by the words, Elizabeth II D.G. Reg. Fd. De Gratia Regina Fidei Defensatrix, meaning Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. The reverse design of the 1968 10 new pence coin was created by Christopher Ironside. It displays the iconic image of a crowned lion, symbolizing Britain's monarchy and national pride. The denomination's 10 is boldly featured above the word new pence. The coin was initially minted in cupro-nickel, 75% copper, 25% nickel, giving it a silver-like appearance. It weighed 11.31 grams and had a diameter of 28.50 mm. The 1968 10 new pence coin was minted in large quantities. 336 million pieces were produced in total. Although not particularly rare, its status as the first issue in this new decimal system gives it special interest among collectors. The 10 new pence coin from 1968, being the first of its kind, is of interest to collectors. However, due to the high mintage, its current market value in most conditions remains relatively modest. A typical circulated example may only be worth around 50 pence to £1. However, uncirculated or proof versions of the coin can fetch higher prices, ranging between £5 and £15, depending on condition and demand. Collectors often seek the 1968 version specifically because it represents the initial production of this coin series. High-quality specimens with minimal wear, or those encapsulated in sets, hold the most appeal for numismatists. British overseas territories and crown dependencies, such as Gibraltar, Jersey, Isle of Man, and Falkland Islands, often have their own coins, but these coins are linked to the UK's monetary system. While these regions have the authority to issue their own decimalized currency, many of the designs are closely modeled after British coins, and their denominations are pegged to British pounds. Some regions also issued commemorative coins for special events. For example, territories like Gibraltar and Falkland Islands released versions of coins similar to the UK's new pence during the late 20th century. These versions, however, often included local emblems or significant symbols tied to their respective histories. Collecting coins from these territories is an appealing niche within British numismatics due to their limited circulation and unique local ties. The 1968 10 new pence coin was later replaced by a smaller version in 1992 to reduce production costs, following a redesign in the UK's currency system. The original coin ceased to be legal tender in 1993. Despite being phased out, the 1968 10 new pence coin remains a popular collectible, especially for those interested in the evolution of British coinage and the decimalization era. Collectors often seek out proof sets or special edition mintings from this period, as these coins represent a historical transition in British monetary history. The 10 new pence coin from 1968 marks a key moment in the history of British currency and numismatics. While its general circulation value may be modest, its numismatic and historical significance makes it a valuable piece for collectors, particularly those focusing on the decimalization period. Moreover, the connection to British overseas territories and crown dependencies adds another layer of interest for numismatists who appreciate the broader reach of British coinage. With its regal design and representation of a transitional era, this coin is a staple of any British coin collection. This information provides an in-depth understanding of the 1968 10 new pence coin, its value to collectors, and its significance within the broader context of British and global currency systems. The new pence 10 coin from the United Kingdom, issued in 1968, is a significant piece in British numismatics, particularly for collectors interested in the history and geography of British overseas territories and crown dependencies. The 10 new pence coin was introduced as part of the decimalization of British currency, which began on February 15, 1971. Before this, the UK used the pounds, shillings, and pence system, which was much more complex. However, as early as 1968, some coins were already minted in anticipation of this change, including the 10 new pence coin. Features the profile of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin. Her portrait on this coin does not have a crown, diademed version, which distinguishes it from earlier designs. Designed by Christopher Ironside, it displays a crown lion, which represents the national symbol of England. Milled grooved, which helps prevent fraud by making it difficult to shave off metal from the coin for collectors. The 10 new pence from 1968 holds significance for several reasons. It was among the first decimal coins to be minted, marking a turning point in British currency history. The old system of shillings and pence had been in use for hundreds of years before this transition. Although minted in 1968, the 10p coin circulated widely for several decades. However, in 1992, the coin size and weight were reduced from 11.31 G to 6.50 G and from 28.50 millimeters to 24.50 millimeters in diameter. As a result, the larger, older 10p coins, including the 1968 version, were eventually demonetized in 1993. This makes them non-legal tender today, but they are still prized by collectors. As with most coins, the value of the 10 new pence coin can vary significantly based on its condition. Well-preserved, uncirculated coins, graded as mint state, are typically more valuable than those that show signs of wear from circulation. Collectors also look for rare errors, such as missed strikes or double dies, which can add to a coin's value. The 1968 10 new pence is not particularly rare, as many millions were minted. However, well-preserved examples, especially in uncirculated or of proof condition, can fetch higher prices. On average, 10 new pence coin provides a fascinating look into how British coinage has influenced various regions worldwide. Many territories issued coins similar to the UK's but with their unique designs, reflecting local culture, geography, or history. While the 1968 10 new pence coin is not considered rare, specific coin varieties or errors may enhance its value. Uncirculated coins, or those with special errors like double strikes, are always more valuable. Professional grading services can determine the exact grade of a coin. Coins from significant periods like decimalization are often more sought after because of their role in monetary history. In summary, the 1968 new pence 10 coin is an essential part of British currency history, reflecting the country's transition to a simpler and more internationally compatible monetary system. For collectors, this coin offers both historical interest and modest value, especially in well-preserved conditions. Thank you for joining us on this numismatic journey through the 10 new pence coin, introduced in 1968 by the United Kingdom. Stay tuned for more deep dives into the world of coin collecting, history, and culture. Until next time, happy collecting!